Coach, can you talk about how exciting that was when the guys played with a lot of emotion, a lot of celebrating? It seemed like it's just Causeway importance and all that other stuff on it. Was that a good locker room scene just now?
Yeah, I mean, I think the best example of UC Davis football is the fact that they were celebrating when they were losing. Like they were finding joy in the moment of the game when it was at its most intense. We're losing, and they're still showing how much joy they're having, even in a tense, tight situation. And man, if visually, if I could try to put like a visual on what type of team I want to have, it would be a team that can act like that, right? Not when they're up, but at any point in the game. And I think what they were able to do today, what this team's been able to do all year is continues to. It shouldn't surprise me anymore, but they just find ways to get things done, and they overcome adversity every week, and only dressing 55 guys, and other teams got players that they're paying, and they just show up and compete. And this was for the boys and for all the Aggies. That was a really important moment for all of them, and now they get to keep this thing forever, which is important.
Coach, how do you handle the swings? Up 14-0, down 10 in the fourth, and then the back and forth in the last few minutes?
I think we've prepared ourselves by doing that every game, it feels like. But we're not a team that really goes by the score, right? Like we're just we're trying to find joy in every play, every moment of the game, whether we're losing, whether it's a bad play, whether it's a good play. We're just going to come back and try to have a neutral mindset and be our best on the next play. And again, I thought today was a good example of that. The results of the plays didn't change how we were playing, and a lot of teams it could have. And so again, I think it's just a great example of the program and these guys and what they believe in.
Sam, why is it a game like this where the stakes are so high, you're able to play such a high level?
It's not just about me, it's about my team, O-line, defense, receivers, running backs, everybody just doing their job. Just all the preparation we put in throughout the week, coaches putting us in the right spot. That's pretty much what I just got to go do my job out there.
Coach, did you have any design plays going into that fourth quarter itself, knowing this game's going to come down to the wire?
No, I mean, we just stayed with our game plan, stayed on script. And, unfortunately, I don't know the overall numbers, but I feel like offensively we pretty much did what we wanted during the game. We just stubbed our foot a couple times, fumbled one on a snap, got a sack fumble. We were moving the ball on that drive, missed a field goal on another drive. So, we pretty much stayed on script with what we wanted to do. Felt like we could cause some problems with shift and motion with their alignments and tempo, get them out of whack a little bit. They're so talented that you got to find different ways. And defensively, we had a great game plan in regards to line up to their formations. And I just thought our ability to, again, you got a one-dimensional team that's going to run the football that many times. You got to be able to be physical and just keep coming back next play. And I thought they did that.
Did you feel the momentum was going to be shifting back and forth throughout the game itself, just by the way things were going?
I figured the game was going to be close. I mean, they're so talented, and they've been playing really well. I think we're talented, and we're a good football team. I don't think we're shocked by the game being close or going back and forth. And even when we were up early, we knew there was going to be plays that we were going to have to defend, things we were going to have to do. So I think we all, again, for us, we either win or we learn. So much to learn from this game too. Like we still haven't played our best football, which for me as the head coach, it's puzzling. I'm trying to figure out what we can do to get ourselves to do that for 4 quarters, because we're going to need to if we want to win playoff games. But what they do every week is find ways to get it done, which again speaks to them as leaders and as a team.
Will you take me through that timeout for the fourth down? What was being said between the defense and when you guys finally got the stop? What was the feeling like coming off the sideline?
Yeah, absolutely. So just getting the timeout, coming together as a defense, and just staying consistent for one more play, and just trying to find a way to create that poise within the defense, and just get off the field. And I felt wonderful coming off the field. It was wonderful.
What did you make of the linebacking core's just performance today against a run-heavy team like that? You have 3 guys with triple-digit tackles. You got Jay, of course, with 8. What do you make of that job today?
Well, you look at let's start with Nate Ricina. He's a grad transfer from Cal. Had a chance to go to Sac State, and they offered him money to go to Sac State, and we couldn't offer him anything other than maybe a room or something. You know what I mean? So, but he wanted to be a part of something special, wanted to be a part of this team. This guy was up here paying his own way, wasn't in school yet. Him and Cole Batson are just trying to get jobs to pay so they can work out with the team, and he was tremendous today. And then you think about Jackson Severs, who's replacing one of the greatest linebackers to ever play here. And from the moment he stepped in against Cal Poly, it's as if nothing fell off. And so I think both those guys played their guts out today. And again, the physicality our defense played with was outstanding.
Tim, when you're holding that thing, the celebration in the middle, is that finding joy, that smile you had on your face?
You know, the joy doesn't come from results. You know, it just comes from, you know, what you seek every single day. I'd be lying if I didn't say that I really wanted to win the game. You know, I didn't want to be the guy that lost the last Causeway ever. You know, it's been a big part of my life now for 17 years, and you know, based on the numbers, it's a game that we win. You know, it's a part of our program. We beat our rivals. It's a goal every year to beat that team. And with all the things being said in the off season from some of their leadership throughout the year, you know, I'd be lying if I didn't say there was added thoughts for me about wanting to win this football game for all of UC Davis, the community, the team. And so I think the look on my face was probably more relief than joy. But I get joy every day just being around these guys. And every day I'm here, it's the best day of my life until the next day. And that's kind of how I approach my day-to-day.
What's your pitch to the committee to host the game next week?
Yeah, I mean, we've won 9 games now. You know, I know they're going to say we've won 8, but we've played 12 games, and at the end of them, 9 of them we were in the lead. We beat a top 10 team in Alabama on the road in crazy conditions. We beat a top 15 team here at home. We just beat another team that should be ranked here at home. Went to Montana State, went blow for blow with those guys. I think we're one of the best teams in the country, and we may not get a top 8 seed. Maybe we don't get a bye, but we're expecting to play at home next week for Thanksgiving, and we knew if we won this game that we'd get a home game.
Is this the kind of game you want going into the playoffs?
I think every game for us is the same, Bob. Like, how good can we be Monday to Friday, and can we get better every single week? I know these guys are going to celebrate this win, but we detach from results here. That's what we do. So we're going to find joy today in everything that has left today, and then tomorrow we're going to detach from that and get ready for whoever's coming our way. And we're going to celebrate these seniors and celebrate this team tomorrow for what they've done this year, and then be grateful that we have some more games to play.
For all 3 of you guys, just what was the environment like today? Like, sold out here, you could feel it, I feel like, from the field. Like, what was the environment like for you guys?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's just an environment that our team thrives in, you know, just playing up to that level and, you know, finding ways to find joy every snap, and it was wonderful. So, yeah.
Yeah, like Jaden said, you know, it was good to have everybody out here. You know, really appreciate the support, and, you know, the guys on the sideline really juiced to have everybody. So, you know, we're happy to see that.
Sam, what'd you see on that touchdown catch that just kind of dropped right in the breadbasket?
Yeah, I was running the over route, pretty much just reading the defense. If it was one high, I got to go across the field, but it was a split middle, so I got to take my route through the middle. So it's pretty much just reading the defense.
And then you hopped over like the little barrier there at the end too. Was that intentional, or you just kind of like couldn't stop yourself?
No, when I caught the ball, and I looked in front of me, it was right there, so I didn't want to run into it, so I just hopped over it.
To be young.
Sam, I was going to talk about the connection you've had with Caden this season itself. I mean, it seems like you guys are just always on the same page. Tell me how it is now to what it was back in late August.
Yeah, you know, we're always constantly, like, every time during practice, like, it really started, like, in the off season. We were out here every Saturdays, like, during game days, we always say it's just another Saturday morning practice or Saturday morning routes on the air. So, but yeah, Caden, we put in a lot of work, you know, just every time we're in practice, something goes wrong. Or even if it goes right, we always ask ourselves, like, what we can do better, like, what we need to change, you know, how we can do a certain thing better. So I just think it just speaks to the work we've put in throughout the time.
Anything else?
You guys gonna watch the selection show together?
We'll be there tomorrow morning. You going to come out?
Probably.
Heck yeah, man. Let's go.
Do it.
We're excited. Hey, before we're done, I just want to speak to these 2 guys. This dude, what he's done as a leader and how he's grown as a person, the fact that his teammates elected him as a captain midway through the year when we were going through our darkest days. I think Jaden needs to be remembered for the Aggie pride and the leadership that he's shown throughout his career, and what this guy has overcome in his life and where he's at today, and the type of person and player he is. These guys represent what UC Davis is all about, and for them to be able to have a day like this is why I want to be here and be a part of this. So I'm thankful for these two guys, and thankful I get to coach them for at least one more week.
I just have one more question. Coach, you talk about what it means to win that in the rivalry. If this is the last Causeway Classic, do you find a different place for that particular trophy for all eternity?
I don't know. We can ask Rocco about that. I'm just glad that it's going to stay here for all of eternity. That's where it belongs. It should be here. And yeah, I think it is the last one, because I don't see, unless they change their tune of what they're saying they're going to do. I'm happy that was the last one, and it stays here with us, and that's where it should be.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks,
Yeah,
guys.
thanks, guys. Appreciate all of you being here.
And it's not over. That's awesome. Please, travel home safely. Have a good night. And go everybody!
This is the day of victory bell ring. Loyal Aggies, all for one. Never stopped it. Still we're done because of my standards. No way to fight. Charging the enemy with all his might. Let's go, let's win. Today's the day the Aggies will fight, fight, fight.
I got the Causeway on the right, I got Corey the record dog on the left. Fire on this motherfucker! Hey, now we gonna have a wheels turn.